This episode is brought to you by CarterComics.com. It is your one-stop shop for all comic needs, whether they be graded or raw. Carter Comics has got it all. All you gotta do is go to CarterComics.com, use the discount code FREAKNET, FREAKNET. You'll save 10% plus free shipping on your entire order. Again, CarterComics.com, one-stop shop for all comic needs.
Oh,
I
anyway,
mention it every time.
I never got through my point a while back. So when I was nervous doing the first commentary, right? I'm sitting in the back, and this is before my very long entrance. And
I remember that. Oh shit!
It was cool. I enjoyed it.
and I'm
Like, this is a great song. Oh, there's a guy.
the thing is, and I think I've had that conversation with you because I apologize for how long it was, and I felt bad when Damien's like, when I listened to that in my car, it did not feel that long.
8,000.
And then
Never
all of a
did.
sudden, like when I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, like I gotta wait for the kickoff point. Like I like crap. Like dang it. Okay. Anyways, so I'm sitting there nervous, and I'm like, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? And then your dad walks up to me, all, decked out, and he's like, I want full fucking travesty tonight. You don't hold back. I want full fucking travesty. And I looked at him like, I don't think you do. he's like, you're gonna go out there, you're gonna fucking kill. I want full fucking travesty tonight. And I assume this is how Vince talks to his guys, like ruthless. I'm just like, I mean, I'll do it. But the biggest thing that made me comfortable is knowing that I could go out there and do it my own way. And that's exactly how Nick said it when he asked me. He's like, I just want you to go out there and I want you to do it like you do it. Like, because anywhere else, like they want you to do a character. Like, oh, I want you to be the play-by-play babyface and all this other stuff. And it's like,
I think all we said was lean more face because you're replacing Steve.
yeah, I remember.
So it was a little more face leaning than all the other stuff. But other than that,
no, but now it's just like, just be yourself. And the fact that the fact that Bill comes up to me and says, I want full on travesty. I want you full fucking travesty. I'm like, I didn't even know he knew who I was. Like, not a clue. I thought it was Nuke and you and Damien, and that was it. I didn't know your parents even knew who the hell I was. And I came back the next season. Your mom made me sign some paper. I'm like, I've been here before.
it's every season. It's every season.
Yeah, that's how she explained it to me. It's like, no, we can't go in there until you sign this paper. I'm like,
so what's funny is
somebody
like
let me in.
when somebody does get there, she chases them down like a kid that fucking went out to recess too early.
Yeah, I need you to sign
like,
right
get
here.
the fuck back in here. Nobody dismissed you from lunch yet, you little shit. Like,
but that was her thing. She's like, you can't be in here until you sign this paper. I'm like, somebody let me in here. Like,
it was me.
They opened the door and said hello. What do you want me to do?
Yeah, I didn't propel from the ceiling. I just walked through a door. Like,
oh my god, it's Sting. No, it's Travis without a permission slip.
Yeah. But I love doing the commentating. It is so much fun.
Travis, you gave me great advice before I went out that first time. I think you could tell I was nervous, and you're like,
I wish I remember.
I had the flags and stuff, and I was like, I'm gonna wave these, and you're like, why don't you tuck them into your belt? Because I had the LIM belt at the time, and I was like, that's a good fucking idea. And you're like, just go out there and be Tony Gabagool. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I'm overthinking this. And then even then, I still think about it when I went out on Saturday. That conversation you had with me still resonates. Before I go through that curtain, I'm like, just go out there and be Tony Gabagool. Don't overthink it.
Right.
Have fun. Watch wrestling and have a good time.
The one thing that I realize when you're doing commentary is you're at a table and you're recording something that's going to end up being on YouTube. So it's not like you're being, even if you are judged, you're not being judged as the people who are watching you dead on right there. And the biggest thing is, and I tell everyone this whenever they feel like, I don't want to be criticized, I don't want to be judged, blah, blah. I was like, dude, at the end of the day, there's only two people to get to judge you, and that's you and God himself. It doesn't matter what anyone else's opinion about you is, as long as you're enjoying what you're doing, having fun what you're doing, it does not matter what the guy in the front row cares about you, because he's going to like you or hate you regardless. Proof positive, Steve, you, anyone else who wants to cheer a babyface and boo a heel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think I saw on commentary, I listened to on commentary or something. Or no, I said on this past show, Corey McHenry. I think you said something negative about Corey McHenry. And I was like, well, of course Gabagool would hate Corey McHenry. He's a bad guy now. You're not gonna have Gabagool from 2 months ago saying IPW alternative champion Corey McHenry. No, he's a bad guy now. So now he's gonna be booed and hated.
Sure.
Like, but that's not me. Like, I can't do that because if I change how I feel about somebody, regardless of them being a heel or them being a babyface, then I'm not being myself. And it's like I said on the JFW this past Monday in the first 20 minutes of trying to realize what Steve keeps talking about whenever he says I'm belittling him or bad mouthing him, which I know is not true. It's like he needs to stop looking at me like I'm a worker doing a podcast. Like, the whole reason JFW began is because me and Dizzle J are fans of wrestling. We want to talk about wrestling. And if the information is available online, we talked about it. I got messages from people saying, from wrestling and stuff, like, hey, man, I listened to your show. I really wish you didn't bring up the fact I did blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, it's on social media. It's not like I'm in the back, like, hearing shit. Like, it's on social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's why, like, when I tell people, it's so weird to me when you see a wrestler at one company being booed out of the building, and then he goes to another company 30 miles away, 15 miles away, 20 miles away, and he's being cheered and praised. It's like that to me, it doesn't make sense, because now if I go into a podcast as a fan, it's kind of weird how Indiana is loving this dude. But as soon as I get into Chicago, I mean, like, oh, maybe they just hate him because he's an Indiana guy. You just have to make your own assumptions up.
Right.
The thing is, like, but that's what I love, like, when I do podcasting. That's what I love when I do commentary, because it's my perspective and how I see things. Now, do I amplify my stuff? Of course. I can't find one owner or manager or GM or CEO that I like in wrestling. Maximus Orion, Nuke, the Shelleys, Flat Top, Joey Boom Boom, the Steve, every GM, like, to me, it's just like, okay, well, of course they're going. I mean, it doesn't matter if they're good people. To me, they're always the boss. They're the guy. And they're always going to end up being a bad guy, regardless if it was some master plan or not. Even Maximus Orion was a bad guy for a moment, not anymore.
Right.
But it's like that's what, to me, that's what makes wrestling great. It's our perception on how we view things, and we get to have our opinion about it. And regardless of people like, well, I think your opinion is wrong. Good. Tell me why. Have a conversation with me about it. And
it's also based on something that's not real as well, which is fucking hilarious. It's not like we already broke that wall. It's
still real to me, damn it. No, it is. A lot of it is, because you find yourself sometimes watching it, and you get to the point where, as a fan, you don't even acknowledge that part. You just enjoy it for what it is.
No, 100%. But it's the fact that, like, well, your opinion's wrong. Well, it's not.
I get what you're saying.
It's not like his opinion about Star Wars. It's not that I'm saying Star Wars is real, but a movie is a real thing. Like, we all go to watch the movie. Okay, well, I thought it was great. You thought it sucked. Okay, cool. We can dispute that. This is not. That's like, it's almost like arguing as if me and Travis are arguing over, well, Anakin Skywalker is real and he's a dick because of this, or he's not. He's not. It's Hayden Christensen. He's not. So, like, when he's like, well, I don't like this owner and this owner and this owner, everybody's like, well, why do you keep working? Because it's on screen. It's once that fucking door opens at 4:00.
Yes.
Then I don't like XYZ. People can't fucking just.
The fact that people so much drama in this world thinks that I can sit there and call Shelly a horrible mother and still cut a check blows my mind. Like, I am tearing apart an entire family.
I'm laughing every fucking time, by the way.
Still paying me to do the job. It's like there's no reality to that. It's like, do you guys really think that Smiley McGee destroyed the war between LIM and JFW? All because 45 seconds after claiming phase 3, he backed out of phase 3? Like, God.
Although I do have to say, I think because of how much you hate how much. Okay, let me rephrase this. How much Travis T hates ownership.
Yeah.
I think the match between me and my mom and everything that went down was probably the best match for you to call
It
in like the
was.
history of the company. I don't think
I've
there was a
never seen
better
him so
match.
happy.
You're just like the whole time it's also boo, just right in his fucking mic.
Yeah.
And him stepping over or stepping past my mother, probably the greatest moment of all time. Like you can have all your fucking WWE moments. It doesn't matter. All your commentary moments on regular TV.
I think my favorite. I think you told me I did this because I don't remember what I do and shit. Because I remember you telling me that you're going to look at me when you're about to put your mom in the triangle choke, and I think I stood up a little bit. I'm like, choke her.
Yes,
oh, you did.
did.
You were like, choke her out. Keep choking her out until she stops breathing. I was so excited to skip to that part of commentary when I was editing the videos. I was like, all right, you know what? I'm not even going to edit the matches. I'm just going to skip right to this. As soon as I line this up here. Okay.
It was so perfect. And the thing is too, and that was another thing that made me nervous about like if I was even going to be brought back after the first time I was out there. I love C-Red, Sean Young, love the dude. And the first time I went into commentary, I was with him and he said something like about us not like syncing up or us not connecting.
What now was this for the first time you came back or was this kicks?
This
is when you came back, right? This was the thing with
this was the very first time I commentated. I don't think I commentated.
It was you and
show, was it?
You were the whole show because Steve was not on.
Okay. So it was the main event with Steve and your mom
right
winning the title. So yeah, so no. It was
it wasn't. It was the first time we brought you back, and it was the whole. I remember this because then you guys also off that what he said. You guys also did that promo afterward, right?
No, those are two different things. No,
it's two separate. Okay.
So the very first time I commentated,
because C-Red, first time he commentated, C-Red was not an official commentator yet. He was doing it because. So I think it was C-Red, you, Blackburn, and for at least the first match, I think Christian Rose was on there.
Yeah, so it was that. No, so it was that. So, we had a conversation because he was telling me because the next time it was going to be me, Steve, C-Red, and your mom, and we're in a group chat or something like that, and he was talking about how we have to figure out our roles because he believed I spoke way too much in commentary.
You were Steve that night though, but
that's the thing. So that's how I was like thinking about it. It's like I was brought in to be that lead commentator.
Yes.
I guess in C-Red's mind, he was the lead commentator, which if I would have known that, I would have been fine with that. I'm good with playing off of people as I am creating things.
Yep.
But then he was telling me, he's like, well, here's the thing, like Steve's the leader. And then there's me and I respond to him. And then you're kind of like Blackburn where you'll say some things from time to time. And in my head, I'm like, I want to do whatever the commentating team wants me to do. Because that's what works for them. I'm the new guy here. But then there's another part of me that's like, the Shelleys are paying me to commentate a show.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't feel right collecting an envelope by just sitting there saying, hey, you're definitely right, Steve. This is going to be a great match. So there was that weird uncomfortableness where like at the beginning, like, okay, clearly C-Red doesn't like commentating with me, but I think like after we did it, and I in my mind I was like, no, C-Red's not my boss. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be me. And again, like there were moments where he didn't like I talked over him and shit, but I was like, there was also moments where there was silence, and I hate having like you got 4 people here. There should be no silence in commentary.
Like, right.
Unless Michael Allen's talking, then 100%. The rest of the time we should be gabbing. Yeah.
100%. So it's like if Steve talks, nobody answers. I'm chiming in, like because I already have a response. Like I love how my brain can work with that. Like instantly can, even if it's a stupid response. Like yeah, that was pretty dumb, Steve. Something like that. Like just
which makes me laugh.
I have a response. I have an answer. I want to go forward with that. If C-Red's not gonna be that one to do it, then so be it. But I'm just glad that we're able to kind of like gel and make that work.
I think it works now. Yeah.
That thing with C-Red though. Oh my God, how many messages I got from that thing.
Oh, about you guys fucking.
Oh, I didn't know he was going to do that.
What was that? Darkness. That was Darkness Falls when I turned, I think. That was it.
I don't remember what it was. I just remember staying outside. I just remember staying outside with Nubby, talking to him, and all of a sudden C-Red comes up to me, staring at me, looks at, I think Double J is like, get the camera rolling. And then he does, all of a sudden he's just talking to me. Like, I had no idea what hell he was talking about, too. And I was even telling nobody, I'm like, dude, I don't know what I said about you.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
sure it wasn't that bad. Like no idea, like, what the hell he was doing. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to do something about this now because obviously I'm going to post this shit.
Right.
And then when I did that 20-minute rant at the beginning of my show, did the cold open and all this stuff.
That was great.
The amount of messages. I think Nuke asked me at the next show, was like, hey, you read okay? And I'm like, guess we'll find out when he gets here.
I remember I messaged you and you were like, yeah, no, we're good, but just fucking don't say anything. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, even
C-Red was laughing about it.
Did I tell you C-Red messaged me?
No.
He messaged me. He's like, damn, dude, I hated myself. And I was like, first of all, I didn't know he did. I didn't even know he listened to it. I mean, obviously, clearly to the Power Hour. At that time, he didn't listen to it. Steve listened to it, and then he asked Rachel to go listen to it.
Because Steve thought there was something wrong, right? He didn't tell Steve.
No, so Steve messaged me too, and he's like, hey, what's going on with you and Red? And I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, what put on the show? I'm like, it's kind of is what it is, man. He said something, and I responded, and Ben McCoy didn't know it was a work.
Yeah.
Like I even talked to Ben McCoy, I'm like, because I met him up at Frontline when I went up there to the all women's show. I was like, I was the dude you're gonna drive down from Green Bay to beat the shit out of because of what I said about Red. He's like, oh, that was you. I'm like, yeah, I hope you know that wasn't real. He's like, I know now. It's like, I was like, oh, the fact that somebody wanted to drive down from Green Bay and say, this isn't Ben McCoy, this is Ben whoever wants to come kick my ass. I'm like, clearly
you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that even Red messaged me and said, like, it's like, man, I hated myself after that. And I was like, but that's the thing. It's like, I didn't say anything negative about C-Red. I didn't say he was a shitty person, that his career was garbage. I called him an asshole because he got in my face and did what he did. And it's like I spent 4 hours doing an interview with this guy, and he wants to come call me a piece of shit and a keyboard warrior. It's like, come on now, dude.
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to respond to this. But that was great. And the fact that people actually thought that was real, like, that's wrestling. And
yeah.
beautiful. And that's
people don't do that enough now, I don't think.
No, they don't.
Because I think it was Hayes that said it to me. He said no heel wants to be a true heel anymore because they still want to take the pictures and and sign the autographs and sell the merch. And he goes, that's great, but if you're a true heel, you shove kids out of the way, you're mean to people, you do all this stuff, you don't want your sales to fucking really go up, especially in the the little kid department. You don't want all that. If people come and buy your shit, you have to be very fucking rude. It almost has to be like that restaurant Dick's.
Yeah.
Where the waiters and waitresses are constantly in a fucking bad mood. And I'm like, you know what? I was even at fault for that because I genuinely couldn't just be mean. And if you can do that for your character, kudos to you. Now, I probably can't regardless because owner and I know people that are actually there and I can't fucking be, a douchebag to my former students and shit. But I get where he's coming from. Like, when people go out there, if you're that much of an asshole, you should be kiss my ass. No, you're not getting a fucking picture and all this other shit.
Yeah.
So, and people don't do that enough.
There's a right way and wrong way to be a heel.
Right.
And it's noticeable to me when like the heels that I love are the heels that I enjoy seeing who bring realism into like their gimmicks. Like there's a couple of heels out there that I'm just not a huge fan of, and those are the ones that like when you look at them, they remind you of the douchey like athlete in high school. Who like when like a fan was like, hey, blah blah blah, you suck, and then you're like, yeah, but your mom swallows. Like that is such low hanging fruit insults. It's not entertaining me. Like that is such a cheap heat situation. It's like I don't like heels like that. Who like if you could find a way to just, and I don't like bragging about myself. I really don't, as much as it seems like I do.
Yeah.
Like when I do my intro, like I don't go around the ring and slap the hands. I come out, do a little mocking thing, and I go sit down.
Right.
I think it was the Joe Hendry show, where I came out, and like obviously you had a huge crowd there, standing room only. I mean, you have a lot of them, but this one I remember particularly because I remember like how loud the crowd was when Steve and C-Red came out. I was like, oh my god, it's gonna be a huge crowd. Like, let's see, maybe I'll get them hyped up. And I knew exactly what I was gonna do. And so I go through the curtain and everything, and I know people know me less than everyone else, but a fan base is gonna get behind you no matter who you are, if all of you just go, let's go, and that's what I did. I was like, because I knew they were going to react to that. And the moment I did, they did. I'm like, ha, idiots. And then I walked away.
Stupid moron.
Like, I don't know. I don't know if the camera caught me like saying that afterwards. But as soon as I get up, I'm like, let's go. And I go to walk towards them. I'm like, nah, I'm just messing with you. And I go sit down. Because you know how fans are going to react based on how much you pander to them. Always. You walk by, it doesn't matter. If I don't put my hand out, I know somebody's going to put their hand out.
Yeah, somebody is. Yep.
Like, they do. Kids definitely. The LIM did when I first walked by and everything. First time it came out, slide the hands of the LIM, a couple kids because like, oh, they're doing it. I won't put my hand out too. And it's just a chain reaction. Somebody else does, so on and so forth. But I was like, I don't want to walk around the entire ring because I don't want people to like me. I don't want people to put their hands out to try to like. No, I'm just gonna come out, do the mocking thing, and then go sit down.
Yep.
Like, just doing heel stuff because I don't know if people there, how many of them actually watch YouTube? So they're never going to hear how I commentate, what I say, or how I'm acting. So they got to know I'm a bad guy by my reaction, by my body tone and all that stuff. That's the biggest thing. Like when I was talking to Pat, when he was doing his top fan thing. And like, he was trying to explain to me like how he wanted to be like The Rock and all this stuff. And I was like, dude, that stuff's not going to work for you. It's like you have to pull realism into your gimmick in order to, just be a bad guy. And you don't have to make everything bigger and better and everything. Like when he need Danny in the nuts. Yeah. He's like, tug on Superman's cape, you don't piss in the wind, blah blah, you don't fuck with the top fan. I was like, I get that you wanted to get the catchphrase there, but that was the pandering just kind of ruined it. For me, anyway. Like that's how I felt, and I was always honest with you guys. I'm always honest with you.
Yeah,
but I'm always honest based on how I feel. And when I feel is like if you're going for the comedic, goofy, silly stuff, it makes sense. But when certain things happen, like when you and Smiley, was it Smiley? Yeah, when you and Smiley were doing the whole who's the mole and is Gabagool really Italian or not like that? I love that shit. I didn't like that it died. Like, it's like, dive deeper into that stuff.
Well, you know why it died? Because Flash Harris was our dad. And I got a DNA test. Well, I wrote up a DNA test. And it was supposed to show that I wasn't Italian. And I was going to kill off Tony Gabagool. So I was going to kill it off preemptively. Yeah. And it was going to turn out, hey, I'm actually Irish. Fuck all you guys. I hate Italians. I'm Greek. I could have been Greek. Tony Giro.
So from a fan's perspective of how that story ended,
it just died.
It ended pretty much stating that Tony Gabagool is not Italian and Josh is the mole because you both had dirt on each other. You both didn't want the other to release that dirt.
Yeah.
And there's a Valerie, like, why would neither one of them want the information? Because if Tony really was Italian, then he would say, go ahead.
Yeah, release it. Yeah.
And vice versa. If Giggles said, hey, if you have proof I'm the mole, I know I'm not. I know for a fact I'm not. Prove it. But instead, you both wanted to hide it. And I'm like, okay, so Gabagool is not Italian. Josh is the mole. And we're just going to act like this doesn't exist anymore.
Yes.
And so it's like the story ended. I'm just like, this was one of my favorite storylines. And it ended that way. I was just like, in my mind, I'm like, hopefully they revisit, hope they rebuild it. But you guys just never did. But I understand because you guys have so much stuff going on that you can't keep every single story going. And I love the fact, and you gotta give kudos to Will. And I know you guys do because there's not a lot of companies that are gonna integrate a fan group into the wrestling world as much as Rockapole did with you guys, with Pat doing the backstage, you doing the commentary, the fact that you guys are coming out with
Pat's match. Or me in my managerial role or doing commentary. It's all possible because they gave us a chance. So eternally grateful.
I don't know if anyone ever asked you this. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I can't remember, honestly. You know me. Why?
I don't know. I do. No.
Yeah, I don't know.
Why could answer that too?
Why did Rocket Pro say, let's integrate the LIM into the business? As much as I guess.
Well,
like the mindset, because I mean, as a mindset of an owner,
sure,
you want to do the best you can for your company, and you want
Yep.
to incorporate who you think is the best fit. So looking at the LIM, if you really know who the LIM are, like what makes you think as an owner saying like we need to integrate these guys in different ways or any way possible into Rocket Pro Wrestling?
Honestly, I want to say because the first time they ever were there as an organized group, called the Lovely Intoxicated Men, I believe, was that Fall Brawl where they were all wearing referee shirts in the crowd, and I came back and won the Intercounty Championship from Flash. So before that, I think one of them, I don't know if it was Pat or if it was you or if it was both, that messaged my dad about possibly, just needing help with setup. It may have been Pat. I'm not sure.
It was Pat initially. Yeah.
Okay. So, and then when they said yes, I believe Nick showed up for setup. There was a couple. I want to say it was Double J was one of them. I don't think Josh was not in yet, but it was those two. And then the day you guys, there was a big help at setup, and I'll say this now, I know people have lives, but a lot of the times we can't get the wrestlers that we need to set the shit up. So it came down to they were at ring setup, and then they came to the Friday night setup, which is when we do all the chairs and all that shit. So they were there for that, and then the next day my dad, somebody, I think it was supposed to be,
probably Nick.
I want to say, no, was it Brubaker? It might have been Brubaker. It was Brubaker or Jason Hotch. One of them was supposed to be in the Rocket Rumble, and they backed out, and that was 2 hours before showtime. So I said, fuck it. We'll just do a funny spot and we'll stick Chet in there. But they had already taken, whatever. So they were sitting on the referee shirts and where their normal section. And my dad goes, well, what the fuck do you want me to do? Because his friend Jimmy was the one running the lights. And I said, just go be Chet in the crowd and then go sit. And they were like, I think you guys were like, just come sit with us, Chet, and blah, 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 and all this shit. And then they actually got to open the barricade for Chet when the buzzer hit and Chet's music started playing at number 19 or whatever.
He sat in my lap.
Yeah. So after that,
real quick, sorry to cut you off.
No, go for it.
The first ever LIM beer drinking championship I made, it was made out of Modelo logos, and I super glued it on before the show.
I love that belt. The fact that you showed up with that once, I love that shit.
It was painted purple. I went and bought paint before the show, painted it, glued bottle caps on it. It was on the floor. Your dad stepped on it and fucking broke it the first night we had it. And we're like, well, if anybody was going to break it, it might as well be Chet.
Yeah. So his own head that you swear on.
Yeah. So
all right. Well.
So no, you're good. That's funny shit. Anyway, so after that, they just started coming to setups, and I'm like, well, these guys are now showing more initiative, and they're not trying to be like, can we wrestle? Can we do this? Like some backyarders or some shit. Yeah. They just wanted to genuinely be there to help, and we're like, well, if these guys are actually here to help more than the fucking actual wrestlers are, then we might as well let them do everything. And then after, I don't remember when, but at some point, my mom started having them ushering because her seating everybody and then getting the fuck on commentary was very difficult.
Yeah.
Which then stemrolled into, I think it was like last season or the season before that, I actually made them a logo that says LIU, the Lovely Intoxicated Ushers. So they have usher vests that say that. I put, instead of the beer cans or whatever, or the ring, it has little flashlights and shit.
You need to fix it and put in a little font at the bottom that says, "We're too drunk. Find your own seat."
Well, yeah, we'll get that. Yeah, we'll get that going for you.
I don't know where you sit.
They've just, what the fuck are you asking me?
Yeah. Do I look like I know?
So they honestly, it was their willingness to help that we were just like, all right, you guys can do more and more and more. And it just kind of spiraled and snowballed into what it is now. It's just people being willing to help. And also a huge factor, being willing to help and not looking for a fucking handout, which is not fucking common. Like, all right, I helped. Does that mean I get front row or some shit like that? Like, they've never, not in a million years has I think the only time we said LAM is doing front was for Pat's match.
Mm-hmm.
And that was it. So you guys have never asked for anything. Nobody's ever been like, had their hand out or requested because, well, I do this, so can we have this? Never. Not a single time. And then you guys became friends with the staff, became friends with the wrestlers, and then now everybody just knows you, and that's why you guys are all in there. So it's weird how some shit works, and that one's just one of those things that just it's your willingness to help and all this other stuff that for some reason a lot of people in this business don't have, and I don't get it either. But because keep in mind, and not to go into a different tangent, but I know it's my company, but let's keep in mind Maximus Orion doesn't get fucking paid. Maximus Orion is technically I get it. It's me. It's my company. I should, but there's no fucking, we're not rich. Maximus doesn't get paid. Every time I'm out there for free. My gear costs me. There's no making the money back on that. All this other shit. We're still paying for equipment, all this stuff. Yeah. And then people come in and are like, well, I want like $150 for fucking what? You played wrestler for 8 minutes. That's all you fucking did. It's hard work, don't get me wrong, but I was here for fucking 4 days and my dad even more than that for free. Mm-hmm. And then you guys wanted $150 to come in and fucking play wrestler for 8 minutes.
There was,
and I'm not making a dig on wrestlers and what they can do, but
listen, it's just the one thing I learned about helping booking shows and stuff, and the best quote that I've ever heard was, wrestlers could ask for whatever they want. Are they going to get it? Probably not. There was one guy I was talking with Hunter about, like, because I book High Voltage, which for me, High Voltage is very easy. Hey, listen, I can't pay you, but I get your ring time in front of a crowd. You want it?
And High Voltage is that like SCW's NXT or something?
That's kind of like how it's phrased. It's basically the show before the show.
Okay.
It was a way to get trainees opportunities to wrestle in the ring, get ring time, get their minutes in front of actual crowds, even if there were the crowds. Like, so SCW opens up at 6, bell times at 7, so High Voltage starts at like 6:15. So while people are coming in, we're gonna have a couple matches.
Sure,
it's gonna be trainees, young guys, people are coming in, stuff like that, an opportunity to wrestle. So I booked that stuff, and the fact that there's like SCW school right now, like a lot of those guys are on like the main roster. It's like, well, crap, now I got to wait for High Voltage, or these guys are now wrestling twice in one night, and a lot of them don't want to do that. So first off, shout out to Wrestle League. Awesome fucking company, awesome fucking people. A majority of High Voltage is Wrestle League guys.
Yep.
And the fact that they actually reach out to me is like, hey, I'm available for this day to come on with them. Like, 100% I want to utilize you. Yeah. And it's like the way I explain to them, the way I want like things to work is like, I want you guys to be the character you're working on. And even if it's happening at Wrestle League, we'll find ways to slowly continue the story over here. Because again, it goes back to my whole belief of like, if you're a heel here, you're going to be a heel over here. If you're a heel there, heel there. It's like right now, like Wrestle League has this whole like feud between the JROTC and Lethal Injection. It's like, fine, we'll pair you guys up and have some matches over here. That way, when this shit gets released on YouTube, you can share it as if like, oh, look at me, just still fighting the good fight, blah, 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 whatever you want to do.
Yep.
For me, it's like, hey, listen, I can't pay you. I can't give you money, but I give you ring time if you want it. Yes or no? It's on them, whatever. All the money stuff that goes to Hunter and all that stuff. He once told me that that a guy wanted to be brought in for $400, and this is a local dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, seriously? He's like, yeah, I can't justify paying a guy that.
No.
Because it's like, and back in the day, like, because I mean, I love hearing the whole back in the day story because you hear it from everybody.
I love that shit.
It's like if you want to justify your pay, tell me that's how many tickets you're gonna sell for me.
That's a good point.
Like if you want to get paid this, are you going to sell enough tickets to justify that? And it's like, and like a lot of guys, and I hear from Hunter and I hear from Sean Mulligan, C-Red, like. It's different nowadays because people just want to get booked on the shows, collect their check, but they're not advertising for the shows they're on. They're not selling tickets for the shows they're on. They're not saying, hey, I'm about to have a match, come and check it out and stuff like that. That's not happening anymore.
Because wasn't it a huge thing? Because I remember when I first got into like training, like Nuke took me to oh my God. What's the one where like Stone and them all were the smaller building that's not there anymore? The company's not there. The ring was like against a wall.
CZW or something. What was
CWA. Is it CWA? Is that it?
Chicago Wrestling
Alliance or some shit, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where I got my first like run the ropes, and Rion was there and all this other shit. They're telling me all this shit about how you were almost required to get at least 10 seats sold or some shit.
So
and now it's fucking like now if we don't advertise, fucking nobody's there.
Yeah. So my experience of training is from back in 2009. This is back when you guys are still in junior high.
I was high school.
I was
high school.
Like sixth grade.
I was in sixth grade. Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah, you were. So my experience. Actually it's probably like more 2008, 2009. It was a very brief period.
I wasn't even fucking watching wrestling yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And my biggest regret is I wish I was able to find a job where I could have stuck with it, because if I did, you'd be talking to a near 20-year vet right now in the business, or somebody who just gave up 5 years in. Who knows? We don't know what the world brings. So when I trained at Elite Pro Wrestling, even as a trainee, I had to be at every show setting up and tearing down. Like, even though the show didn't start till like 6 o'clock, I was at the school at 8 a.m. loading the ring into the truck, driving it to the building, unloading it, putting it together, getting chairs, all this stuff. I was there till the show was over, tearing everything down, putting everything away, taking the truck back to the building. I didn't drive the truck, but the truck going to that building, found it back there, unloading everything, and then we'd have a couple of like goof around dark matches and stuff like that. We had a flyer every Saturday before the show. So every Saturday before the Saturday of the show, we went to Oak Forest, if we're doing the show in Oak Forest, or Frankfurt, whatever it is. And we're asking businesses to put flyers in the windows, putting flyers on corkboards, hanging flyers to people in the street. You had to do it. It was part of training. If you wanted to train here, this is what it is. And you had to pick up people from the train station. You either ran security or you reffed. I did the camera, because you're not putting a 6'2", at that time 280-pound dude as a referee. You're just not doing it. Too big to be a referee. And so I did the camera. You can actually, if you ever go back and watch any Elite Pro shit, if you can find it, if you ever watched the dog collar match,
Jamie, pull that up.
Pull that shit up.
If you look at it's a Team War versus Tomaselli's dog collar match.
Is this is EPW with the green and purple fucking?
No, it's they made it clear that it's not EPW. It's Elite Pro Wrestling. EPW is a company that's around right now that airs a lot.
There's a lot of Elite Pro Wrestlings here. Well, this one says this one's kind of looks like teeth.
I would just look up Team War versus Tomaselli's dog collar match.
Team what?
Team War versus Tomaselli dog collar.
I spell Tomaselli.
TOMA.
Yeah, it's
SCE.
No, the first thing that pops up is dog collar match: CM Punk versus MJF.
Yeah, it's not it.
Woo, there it is.
It's Vito and Sal Tomaselli dog collar match. But yeah, so I remember being the camera guy for that match, and the fact that they wrestled all over the gym of the Oak Forest building for that. And you'll catch glimpses, because there was a couple of different cameras, and you just see this big dude beanie cap. I had long hair still at the time, just filming these like trying to get in there to get the image of the blood, because they told me, like, make sure you get the color of the blood, and I'm like, okay. I was there when Mustafa Ali.
When
he was there doing his terrorist gimmick.
Amazing.
Come a long way.
There was he did an interview with Lillian Garcia, where he talked about the moment that he gave up that gimmick was there was this one show where there was this child yelling, shit at him for his gimmick, and it was that point where he like completely changed his gimmick. And I think I was filming that show.
That's wild, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was weird, because like, I mean, I think I was a camera guy for one of Ricochet's matches when he had long hair still, and you sit back and you look at like these guys, like Hunter Payne was Balthazar and
WCPW.
This was back when Marche Rocket was like 180 pounds.
Dude, I go back. The first independent show I ever went to, he was managed by Red. He was in the Soul Touches, and he was a fucking string bean. And now you look at him, it's like that's not even the same guy.
When
He ate the other guy.
When I first saw him after all these years, I'm like, roids. I don't believe it, but that's the first thing I saw. I was like, that dude does not look like he did back in 2008. But I was like, well, it is 10 years from now, you know, and he definitely thickened up. Still athletic as hell though. So
oh god, yeah.
I don't know if you can find it. I have it on DVD, so I'm able to watch it from time to time. But if you ever come across it, it's Elite Pro. I was a camera guy for a couple of them, but no, dude, it's different now. Even Hunter tells me, like, when he's training, he's like, these guys are soft nowadays. It sucks because you can't train them like you did back then because they'll quit. They're just like, they don't want to stick around. I remember I was putting together a show up in Frankfurt. We're putting together the ring and stuff, and somebody had to go pick up the camera guy from the train station. It's like, we need someone to go pick him up and everything. And I was like, hey, I'll go do it. It's like, well, I'll let you know if you need to go do it, but somebody needs to go do it. And this is one of the Thomas Sellers. I think it was Sal. And I was like, well, I'll let you know if I need you to go do it, but, you know, get the chairs up, blah, blah. So I just went back doing the chairs. Nobody picked this guy up. So this guy calls saying, hey, I'm at the train station. They lose their fucking minds. Like, no one went, picked up this fucking guy. This guy's doing us a favor by coming here, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, you know what? Screw it. Everyone get your gear on. You know, so everyone went and got their gear on and everything. I told someone, listen, I'll go pick him up. He's like, nope, too late, bro. Like, whatever. I'm not going to. I don't want to seem like I'm trying to back out of anything. I just, whatever. So we ended up doing squats and bleacher runs for like an hour and a half in between setting the ring up and all this shit. It was brutal, but you can't do that stuff anymore because people will quit. And it sucks because the fact that people now have social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever, YouTube and stuff, and they could use it to not only promote themselves, but promote companies and stuff like that. And they're not doing it. It just hurts the business so much. I remember I was trying to reach out to one girl to try to get them into the company, you know, to book a show. And they gave me a price for her to wrestle and the additional cost to cut a promo. I was like why? Like, why do you have to pay extra to do a promo? Like, you would want to do the promo. You would want to promote it.
Get yourself over.
Yeah, get yourself over. Get the company you're going into over and everything. It's like with Rocket Pro Wrestling. You guys got two different Facebooks. You have the fan page, and then you have Rocket Pro Wrestling and everything. And the fact that it's so active shows that you guys are doing something right. But how many people outside of the Rocket Pro fan page are promoting Rocket Pro Wrestling? You know, it's like
I would say a lot of the roster isn't that much, and I'm not saying that they're not, but like not as much as
they should. You as an owner would want them to. You know, it's like with the LA.
Well, I see other companies and shit that they work for. They got it plastered all over their shit, and I'm like, okay, well then clearly you don't want to be here, and that's when we stop fucking booking certain people. And then why aren't these people here anymore? Because fucking what the fuck were they doing?
Yeah. What do they bring to the table?
Here unless you see it on a flyer. If you go to the website, if you know, it's like.
Speaking of that, every show should be, at least of ours. And again, I'm not fucking. I'm not. I don't just like you. I don't like tooting my own horn because I'd rather just sit in the fucking background, be good at something, and do it. Yeah. Right. But. So I'll give you 3 different attendances that we should be hitting these by now, clearly. Joe Hendry.
Yep.
Obviously. Yep. It was like 375. Then after that, Kicks on 66 with the 3 Stages of Hell. That was like 390, 395. The number 1 highest attendance we ever had was me versus my mother, 405.
Well, that's because I was on commentary.
Well, yes, but you were also on commentary for those other 2, so I don't know. Well, it's because of who was in the ring and who you were commentating for.
Yeah,
that's
100%,
yeah. But the thing is we sent the flyers to the school that we used to work at. As soon as somebody sees that Mrs. Shelley and Will are going to be fucking fighting each other, there was at least 30 students there.
Yeah.
For that. And that's all it took was for us to send the flyer to over there. Now, if it's like, okay, well, it's Marche Rocket versus fucking like, you know, Grin. The kids are like, who the fuck? So that one's a loss on that. But how come nobody promoted it like we promoted fucking 3 Stages of Hell, you know? And if Heisman didn't have his whole section of the haunt industry, which doesn't like wrestling, so I get why they're not at all of them. It makes sense. But like the count would have been for Kicks on 66, it would have been below fucking like 360 easily.
Yeah.
So, and Joe Hendry, that one speaks for itself. So why isn't every fucking show? There's only so much I can do. Social media. I fucking put flyers out at the gym. For fuck's sake, Mustafa Ali works out at the same gym as me. So does oh god, I forgot his name. Rydell. Does that name ring a bell? Dave?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. He works out there too. So there's a stack of flyers on the thing. We still send the flyer to the school. There's nothing else I can. What do you want me to do? I do construction for houses that nobody lives in. What do you want me to do? Give it to the fucking bird that's over here on the windowsill? What do you want? Here, take this.
Yeah,
make your nest out of it. Maybe it'll fall. And somebody will see it.
Yeah, and that's the biggest reason why I'm not going to speak for the LIM, but I'm sure I'm sure Justin will agree with me. That's why shit like JFW exists.
Yep.
Is to help promote independent wrestling. That, like when I don't know where Nubby got his whole idea of how JFW began when he explained it on the interview he was doing. But when me and Jay decided to do JFW, the whole thing was like, let's talk about independent wrestling. Because at that time, like, I didn't know of any podcast that were doing it. Now, I know the Morning After existed at that time and Grill Position at that time, but I never heard about it. It was never advertised.
Right.
And I was like, screw it. We'll just do JFW. It's just about freaking wrestling. You know, we'll talk about independent wrestling. We'll reach out to some of these wrestling companies and say, hey, listen, like SCW and Powerhouse Wrestling down in Pontiac were the first companies that I ever actually worked for. To where I said, hey, listen, I'm doing a podcast. It's called Just Freaking Wrestling. We're talking about independent wrestling. We want to promote independent wrestling. And I would love to talk about your show. It's free promotion to you. All we ask is that you just share our show when we release it. And we'll talk about your match card. We'll talk about your results afterwards. Power Hour said, what, do you want to come down and interview some of the guys? Well, hell yeah. I went down and did that. And he's like, do you want to stay and commentate the show? If you go back way 2017, 2018, and you can find a couple of like there's 3-hour, 4-hour long podcasts of us doing commentary for these shows. They're dog shit, but it's just us doing the podcast, commentating the actual show that happened.
Yeah.
And then when I went to SCW, we started doing interviews for them. And when they started doing the SCW ARW stuff, that's when we got a little LIM like, where I told Jay, I was like, well, we each got to pick a side here. Mm-hmm. I'll be ARW side. That's fine, because I would love for SCW to hate me. That's where like the whole hate between me and Hunter was at that time, because I was supporting ARW. That's where my fandom for Max Holiday started. That's why Max Holiday, the 3-time longest reigning SCW heavyweight champion, is my best friend.
There it is. I was waiting for it.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Yeah.
I almost put it on his. I couldn't remember the phrase. I almost put it on his fucking his nameplate during his entrance, but I was like, oh fuck, I can't remember. Next time he's there, I'm gonna fucking put it.
Just
I'm gonna put
go back and listen. Go back and listen to any JFW.
Any JFW, yeah. Longest reigning 3-time SCW heavyweight champion, my best friend Max Holiday. It's because of ARW. I mean, the whole feud. That's where he became 3-time champion. The fact that he had to forfeit that title once because of a broken foot, never lost it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't care what Hunter says. The pandemic counts. He was champion during it. Screw you.
He didn't lose it.
Never lost.
Damn right.
Could have had a match. Wear your fucking mask. 6 feet.
Right. But the fact is like, okay, so we're sitting there and we'll promote ARW. So now we're promoting ARW and SCW. So now we're growing and everything. And then we start talking about we were gonna do Northern Lights, but Northern Lights didn't want to get involved. That's a whole different story, a whole different weird time. But it really didn't kick off and grow until Nubby came around. He started wanting to talk about CSW and Rocket Pro Wrestling, and like start talking more and more about all this shit and everything. And then Steve was in SCW for a bit and started learning more about other companies. And again, Rocket Pro. It's like I heard more about Rocket Pro than even before I got to Rocket Pro. Because all I heard was like, oh, there's a wrestling company that wrestles out of a Park District building in Joliet. And I was like, well, that's pretty cool. Like, that's something I definitely want to check out. And it just never got around to it until Christmas Chaos or whatever.
It was Christmas Chaos, yeah.
So over time, as we grew and I started like noticing like we would get views and stuff from like Europe, Australia, and stuff like that. I'm like, well, these guys have no idea who we are, but I can understand why they're only listening to like 45 seconds to a minute and a half, because we're not talking about WWE and stuff like that. It's like, well, now we got to integrate them into it a little bit.
Right.
But I never wanted to lose the aspect that we're talking about independent wrestling, because independent wrestling needs to be talked about.
Mm-hmm.
And then again,
yes, it does.
LIM, I think, feels the same way. It's like, we're going to support, even though you guys only do Rocket Pro Wrestling, which is fine, you're purely independent wrestling,
I think like early on, if you go watch like their first few episodes, we tried to venture out. We tried to do some LIM stuff. There was like an episode where we didn't talk any Rocket Pro Wrestling, but then I think we realized, okay, we use the vlogs to create characters and create the story. But then our identity for our podcast basically became, this is coverage for Rocket Pro, but we enjoy it. So it's not like it's like this is as good as it's going to get. No, we're having a hell of a time. We wouldn't keep doing it every month after month. But the nature of the LIM podcast at this point is to get over the show, talk about all the great matches that are coming, and the more asses and seats, the more people we can drink with.
Yeah, it's like, and like, what wrestling, what the workers need to do, if they're booked on Rocket Pro Wrestling, they need to promote their shit. It can't fall on Will and the Shelleys all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're giving you an opportunity to be part of their show, and you need to give a damn about that and promote your shit. It takes nothing. I mean, people are out there taking selfies of themselves all day. It takes nothing to put a 45-second video out there saying, "Hey, this Saturday at St. Joe's Park, I'm taking on so and so. Come watch me beat their ass."
You just did it. You just did it right there, dude.
It takes nothing to do it. And the thing is, and I know I've joked about it on the JFW, it's like, you don't have to have that whole thing like, this Saturday, January 28th, 2025, at the New York Auditorium at 7145 East Whiskey Drive in New York City.
Yeah, you lost me right there. Yeah.
Right? It's like,
I've already turned it off.
I don't need all that shit. All you gotta do is say, this Saturday, I'm taking on so-and-so, just come out. And then you can put the flyer at the end, has all the information, put it in the description of the video doing. Get your shit across. You don't need to advertise the entire single flyer. You can say, if you really want to, hey, this Saturday, I'll use SCW for example. This Saturday, Savannah Civic Center, I'm going one-on-one with blah, blah, blah. Come on out, watch me win a title, whatever. Throw the flyer at the back.
Or at least do your job and fucking cut a promo on the guy you're fighting.
Something. That's
Fuck.
all you gotta do. Yeah. Hell, you do more promos about how shitty your mom was to you when you were a bad guy than most wrestlers do. It's like, I don't know how many times
that shit was so fun.
Where's my food? Dog.
You're a bitch. I told her to tell me that. She's like, I'm not going to say that. And I'm like, just fucking say it. She's like, I'm not going to say it. And then we roll the camera and she's like, because you're a bitch. And I'm like, wow, we really had to wind up too? Cool.
Yeah. And do you know why that worked? Because it felt real.
That's the Italian right there.
You have to bring realism into stories in order for it to make sense.
Yeah,
it's just how it goes.
Yeah,
like I said, like I love Gabagool. He's never gonna murder somebody.
No,
so he doesn't portray it that way. He's very Italian-esque, but he's never going out there saying like, yeah, I'm gonna murder you. It's like when I think Scott Hall said some in a video or some kind of documentary. When they're talking about the ICW, it's like, it's like this guy comes out and says, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." He's like, "Really? You're gonna kill me?" Like, no, I'm gonna believe that. You're gonna tell me you're gonna beat my ass, and I'll believe it. And that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing where I try to get over when I tell people, it's like, I'm never gonna challenge somebody to a fight. Like, I'm perfectly okay running my mouth at commentary and feeling a little bit nervous and uneasy when somebody comes and challenges me, because I know what my role is. Yep. There's never a reason for a Maximus Orion or a Nuke or Bill or Shelley, anyone who I badmouth, to come up to me and challenge me to a fight, because I'm never going to accept that challenge, or I'm never going to be a Steve who stands up, takes the headset off, like, you want to go. No.
He just did it on Saturday.
Of course he did.
Was that at the end?
With Stone, Shaq, and Corey, and I was like, oh, fuck, I'm sitting next to him.
Remember, I stand by what I said on the
Guilt
podcast.
by association.
He created those guys.
He did. Well,
all he had to do is not say Aaron Stone was soft. None of this would have happened. Shaq wouldn't have the briefcase. Stone wouldn't have hit him with a chair. Corey McHenry wouldn't be hated by the LIM now. All this happens because Steve said Stone's soft. And I disagree, 100%. Clearly he's not. But that's the thing. Like, I know who I'm supposed to be as a character, and I'm not the guy who's going to stand up. Like, even Hunter when Hunter Payne, when I was saying shit to Hunter Payne, I would tell him, "You're lucky that I'm behind the camera right now and not over there talking to you." like when I used to do live streams. Like Hunter, I'm just saying, man, you're lucky that I'm on this microphone and not there face to face. It's like, or what? I'm like, or I'd probably say something. You know, it's like I'm fine being the bitch. I have no problem being a coward because that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, if you're doing a heel role, that's exactly how you're supposed to be.
100%. I know Steve, like, you know, like he's never gonna cower away, and that's his gimmick, and I support that. Like, you go out there, you fight, like, hell yeah, man, be you. I know I'm a big guy, and I'm sure, like, if there was ever a story where I had to, like, yeah, but why?
Right.
That's
and it's also people are if we do that, people are going to be expecting there to always be a problem with commentary as well. And then it's no longer a surprise when somebody on commentary gets up and gets off of commentary. Yeah. It's not that you just killed the surprise. Like right now, they all know it's Steve. So 5 years from now, if Steve is done and you're on there and you stand up and we haven't done anything since, then it's like a holy fuck. But if we do it every time,
it loses.
Then it's
magic.
Like, well, here we fucking go.
Yeah.
Again. Yeah. So
I think I remember.
Not that I don't enjoy Steve being in stuff. Don't get me wrong; it's fucking awesome. But
it's incredible. It's something different, you know. And Steve has proven to himself, whether it been the match against Stone at IPW or in the tag team match with your mom and everything. Like he could dish it and he could take it, and it's all good. Now,
even that match with Shaq was pretty decent. He did pretty good in that one.
Or the trios up in IPW.
He is so much better at being in a wrestling match than he is just by being attacked. Like that chair shot he took from Stone, where he's just like, and he timbered over. And it's like, dude. Like, I get it, you're an old dude, you know, whatever. But it's like,
timbered over is crazy.
Yeah. Timber.